Okay, so this video is going to cover how to create the isometric for number 10 of unit 3.1 SI measurements. So these are the directions. In your engineer notebook, create a full-scale view of the object represented in the following sketch. Using the dimensions shown, use a ruler, metric ruler, to obtain the correct dimensions in your sketch. So those are the directions. I need to create a full isometric view, and the object we're going to create a full isometric view of is number 10. And so as you see here, I have my isometric paper. So if you notice, the lines of the grid is going at an angle this way and going vertically this way. Well, let's analyze the drawing first. We've done this several times before. And what you have to recognize right now that this is an oblique sketch right now. And so we're going to create an isometric sketch. And so the isometric sketch will follow the lines of this paper and will give us the angle necessary. So the first thing we're going to do is analyze the drawing. Before you do any kind of drawing work or investigative work, you need to analyze what it is you're trying to create. So what do I know? Something that we've done in the past is we've labeled surfaces. So this is surface A. This is surface B. This is surface C. This would be D. This would be surface E. This right here would be surface F. And we'll call this darkened surface right here, we'll call it G. Okay. I'm gonna just get this positioned a little bit better. So now what do I know? I'm gonna create isometric. So first thing I want to know is we're gonna use the box method on this. So remember, the box method uses construction lines, light construction lines. To do that, we need the total length of the object, which is 3.5. We need the total height of the object, which is 5. And we need the total depth of the object, which is 2. And this is all in centimeters right now. So I'm going to pick a starting point and start my imaginary box. So I zoomed in on this so you can see the ruler and see how I'm using the lines of the box to do this. I'm sorry, the lines of the paper to do this. So my first line that I need is 3.5. That's the total length. I'm going to make this very light. I stop at 3.5. My total depth is 2. So I'm going to turn my ruler around. Paper's moving on me. I'm going to put 2 at the end of this, 2 centimeters at the end of this line. I'm going to follow the angles of the paper. I didn't go all the way to the end of the ruler. I stopped where the measurement increment started. So this would be my 0. I want the total height right here. Total height is 5. So that means that I'm going to put 5 at this point right here, 5 centimeters. Try to stay as vertically straight as I can. So 5 centimeters there. Come to this point. Put 5 centimeters at this point. Move my paper down so you can see a little bit better. Five centimeters. Keep my ruler straight as possible. Do the same thing over here. So that's my total height of the object. Move paper down just a little bit more. over a little bit. So now I want to connect these points. I got them right. That should connect. I'm going to just move this out of the way just for a minute. So I'm going to finish creating the imaginary box. I'm going to close my box here. And I know that this line right here should be 3 point. Let me move this up just a little bit. This line right here is 3.5. So I want to come up here and make this 3.5. Put 3.5 at this point right here. And now I have my imaginary box. All right, so now I know that just like we've done before in the past, my surface A is going to exist on this face right here. So surface A, if you look at it, it's kind of like a backwards L shape. So I know I got my base already at 3.5. So 3.5 is this line. So what I'm going to do is take my ruler and I'm going to create an object line by darkening up this line. I know the height from here to here is 2.0 plus 1. You say, well, I don't see that, but this is square right here. So they're telling me it's 1 by 1. So I'm going to come over here, put my ruler at this corner at 2, and I'm going to draw to this mark here, which is my 0. And actually, before I make a mistake, remember I said it was 2 plus 1. So I'm going to move this to 3. Almost made a mistake. I'm going to darken this up, make that an object line. Now, when you're creating these isometric, the baseline goes at an angle, which is 30 degrees. So that means that any line going left to right is going to be at an angle, like so. Any lines that are going vertical will be vertical inside the imaginary box. So now I'm at this line right here. This line is going to be 1, because remember I told you this space was square, so it's 1 by 1. This line is going to be 1, and then I'm going to come down 1. So I'm going to start at this point. That's 1 centimeter. So remember, we are in centimeters. I want to line this up with this angle here. I'm going to go 1 centimeter. I'm going to come straight. Remember, any lines vertical on the sketch, it's going to be vertical in the imaginary space. So I'm going to put my ruler here, line it up. This is my 0. Try and keep this as straight as possible, looking at that space in between the ruler and that line right there. And this is going to come down 1 centimeter. This next line for the surface A is this line here. This line right here. It's going left to right, so that means it's going to be an angle over here. So I'll put my 0 at the end of this line. Now, let me stop just a minute. So now we got to do the math. If this is 1, this line is 1, the whole base is 3.5. I subtract this from this, and now this line should now end up being 2.5. Let's see if that works out. And it's right on. Make sure you get the angle right. Make sure here. Got a little bit off there. Just a little bit off. Don't like that. Always willing to correct yourself. So got a little bit off there. I think that's the angle I need right there. That's better. Now I have surface A. I'm going to come over here next and I'm going to get surface F, this other L shape. So the base is 2. Well, we know we made the box, the imaginary box 2. So I'm going to take my ruler and just darken up this line. I know that the total height is 5 centimeters. So I'll take my ruler and darken up this line. That's why the box method is very helpful. I know that this line right here exists between the surface A and surface F, so I'm just going to put an F right here. I know that we're going to go up to this point. No need to measure because it's already been measured out. All right, so now if this is 2, this total distance from front to back is 2, that means that, and this is 1, I'm going to subtract this from this, and I know that this line is actually 1 as well. So to get that, are my rulers. You can see I'm upside down, but you got to be able to read it. So I'm going to put 1 right here. I want that to follow this angle right here. Make sure I get that right. And I'm going to take this back to my 0. Now I'm at this line right here. Sorry, this line right here. So I'm going to go straight up from there. Make sure you keep this straight. Now it's just a matter of darkening up this last piece right here. We've got surface F. Next, I want to do, let's look at surface B, which is going to exist right here. So this point right here goes to here. Remember, we're going to subtract this number from this number. This should end up being 2.5, just like this line right here was 2.5 centimeters. Got my pencil at my mark. Gonna go to my 0. Next, I'm gonna get this line here. Yeah, didn't like that either. Get the angle a little bit tighter. I'm at 2.5. And this line right here should be 1. Going back this way. my 0. Now I'm going to come up 1. One centimeter. I know this is 1, so I can close that. So this is going to end up being surface D. So this is 1 as well. Should I get the right angle here? And then I'm going to close that. And surface D. This surface right here is G. And this is going to be C right here. And then E is going to exist up here. All right. So I think if we go after E, we'll get E and C at the same time. So we know that this is 3.5 all the way across. So that should take us to the end of the box here if we set it up right. Kind of hard, a little bit of glare on the camera here. I'm going to darken this line up back here. I'm going to darken this line here. Should use my ruler. When I come straight down, these should connect. And this is how you create the isometric from the oblique sketch in number 10 in unit 3.1. If you're going through this process, you should stop the video and create what I create. So line by line, it'll make it a lot simpler for you.